Hello and welcome once again. In this video I'm going to show you how I made this really cute brooch pin. It's a sheep and not really realistic, and it has a pin at the back, and I've used some beads for its limbs and some wool, some yarn. So let's get started. Felting the size I want, just making a flat base to put everything on. So it doesn't have to be really thick or 4D because I'm making a brooch pin, but it can't be really thin because I have to attach the face. And first I try with some polymer clay. This is just a trial. I'm not gonna put this on, but I'm just thinking how it will look if I use polymer clay. When it's baked, it does get a bit heavier. I can make a brooch pin with this as well. So just shaped the nose and the mouth with my tools, and I'm going to keep that aside. And I'm felting this. It has to be firm enough to hold everything, and it doesn't have to be really thin, so I'm just making it a bit thicker, and the sides really neat. I'm making another face with the corridor sliver. It's fawn color this time, and I think I'm going to use this instead of the one I made with polymer clay, and just getting it felted around edge at the bottom. That will be the chin, and I'm going to build the face on it, the nose and the eyes. And just to make it a bit more 3D and not too flat, I'm adding wool and giving it roundness for the nose and the little cheeks. And I'm not too worried about the top of the head because once I attach it and I'm going to put all the fleece on, I need some fluff to attach it to the base as well. So just made it rounded from the bottom of the face. I'm going around it until it's nice and firm and holds its shape. For the ears, I'm using a felt sheet, and it's cream color. And I'm just going to make a shape of the ear that's like a drop, elongated drop, you can say. So it's kind of an oval shape. I'm going to cut it out, and then I'm going to make another one, using it as a template. I'm just checking if I've got the right size, and it looks good to me. I'm gonna make another one. So I've got two of them, and I'm just giving it a little bit of pink color. I'm using the normal makeup you have, it's a blush. So just done that, and I'm attaching the ears to the head from the back. So just folded them over and then felting them down. Using a felt sheet is easier, and they look nice as well because it's a really small brooch pin. You don't need too many details. I'm just attaching the whole thing to the base, going all around it so it's attached well. Now I've got really small beads of eyes, and they're like 2 to 3 millimeter. Just pushing them in. Then I'm going to add glue using my owl tool. So I've put glue, and they're really tiny, so I had to use some tweezers for that and got them in. It's good news. They're really tiny. Just giving more details using dark color of wool so the nose becomes more prominent and the little mouth as well. That was a bit of glue I had to cut out. Just got dried over there. So I'm adding more wool around the eyes. Now for the limbs I'm using yarn and with the needle just getting it inside the base. And I'm using leaving a longer end. So just going to attach it and leave it loose. Stitching it through where the limb is supposed to be. I'm doing the other one the same way. And sorry about getting off the grid. And I've gone in twice or thrice until I'm sure it's really attached. So just thinking maybe I can just tie a knot. Checking the length I want of the limb and tying a knot to see how it looks. But I think I'm gonna use beads instead of just a knot. So I'm just leaving it there. Now the legs, same way, just going in once or twice until I'm sure they're really fixed. I'm going to cut a long edge. Now with the needle, I've inserted a bead and then gone once again with my needle. And then I'm going to just pull it at the length I want and tie a knot. And I'm going to cut out the extra bit. So this time through the bead I've just gone once again with my needle, and that really secures the bead on the yarn. For the fleece I'm using the curls I had bought off Etsy, and they are natural curls of the sheep's wool, and you have to cut them to use them. They are in a big bunch and they're washed, but they're really curly and they're nice to use. They're a bit difficult to felt in, but as I'm using the curls and I want a flat one, so it looks good. I'm using some strands to cover the head. You can give it a nice hairstyle if you want, and you can cut the curls just covering the head with them. And this gives a character to our little sheep. Here I'm giving some shades using brown eye shades just over the nose and around the eyes. using my paintbrush and watercolor marker, giving it little eyebrows as well. Now some pink blush. Attach the pin at the back and I'm just stitching it, giving it a couple of stitches so it stays in place, and then I'm going to cover the whole thing with more wool so it doesn't show. I've carefully gone with my needle inside the two holes that the pin has, and then I've felted the wool all around it so it's firmly attached to the base and looks neat as well. Hope you liked this tutorial, and I'm making brooch pins these days, so I'm going to be sharing more videos. I hope you like this one. Please like, share and subscribe. And I made another one. It's pink in color, so you can use any type of yarn to give it the fleece. I've just tried the fluffy yarn in on the pink one, so I might be making more. I'll share those with you. Thank you very much for watching.